show you my pole saw series 2, which means I will get the head unpacked and then assemble it and then cut some maybe dead branches for you and see what happens. So let's get it started. Let's start cutting this. So be careful whenever you're using any of source of blade like this. So we're going to try to keep our hands away when we cut this. This, what you're looking at, is the head part of the saw. Actually, they don't really have that much of the instruction when you buy these things, so you don't really know what you're buying. So I wanted to be careful that I don't overbuy the things, like some parts included in some of their orders and things. So I ordered this separately after I got my poles to make sure that it doesn't come with it and I buy extra pieces. So this is, you can see the numbers if you want to order this. This is the saw head that will be attached to the pole saw that I ordered, and I will show you all that. So let's just start looking at the pole saw again. I've actually had them in here, so I'm going to take them out. Alright, so this is the Jameson, and with this thing you could cut up to 21 feet, I believe it is. So it's always better to be on the ground when you're cutting things rather than on the ladder. Always stay away from power lines. These Jameson do not protect you against electrical wire, so you have to buy another series which is a foam filled, but I'm not going to be doing anything around the electrical, so I bought the one without the foam. Without the foam is a little bit lighter. So let's just start cutting that open, and there's actually two pieces that holds it together. Cut that one open. So this is a shorter one. As you can see, this is about 3 feet or so, and these are Jameson FG6 series, and I show you the video of this when I was opening this in the other series. 6 feet FG6. So let's just start taking the pole saw head and I start assembling this. So this is not the type that goes here. You have to turn this around and it goes into here. So how this works is you basically lift this up, and you have to be gentle with this. You don't want to force this too much, just enough so you can get the piece inserted and secured. So that's how that works. And the way this works is there's a hole that would accept that piece that goes in to hold it secure. You always want to make sure that this is secure. So let's start putting it in. So you need to align the hole, of course, and maybe a little bit of a juggling part and things. So let's see if I can feel that the hole is aligned right there. So you don't want to pull this all the way up. You actually would bend this and take away its spring gauge that it needs. So this is assembled. So now I have a 6 foot and that head for the distance of the saw. This is the blade that I showed you in my part 1 of this series that I'm doing for you. 16-inch tri-cut saw blade. I like the longer blade, and it feels a little bit better when you cut. But if you like a shorter one, they have 13 and I believe 15. Again, this is very, very sharp. You do not want to handle this too much. Have a leather glove like this, that if you end up touching it, you're not going to cut yourself. So this is very sharp. I'm just going to try to get it off without touching it too much. So this is the blade. We're going to assemble this with this. I'm going to put these aside for a second. Try not to scratch them. They're fiberglass and this is like aluminum piece. So we're going to actually have to take my glove off. I feel more comfortable trying to open this up. But let's see, it was kind of tight. So with a glove I can do it a little bit easier. So I'm going to take this off. There's a little washer. And make sure you don't lose them. It's very easy to lose them in the thing. And so I'm going to put my glove back on, put this on it, and there's a little clip here that you can position how you want this to be assembled in here. I like this angle, so I'm going to assemble it right in the center, and looks like I need to put this back in there. It just comes off very easily, so I'm going to put this back in and put this washer back. The washer has a little lock that you can lock. And now this has to be probably tight enough, but not too tight, to squeeze the washer a little bit on it. I'm going to put the glove back on. So you can put the glove back on and off as you need it, because it's always easier to work with your hand than to have glove on, but the glove is for the safety. Okay, this is on. It is a little wobbly because it is a blade that is thin blade, a little wobbly, and as well as this, when it secures in here, is a little wobbly. I'm going to try to cut maybe this branch, but I'm going to make it a little longer. I'm going to try, so let's take a look at this. I'm going to try making this a little bit longer. Maybe I can try this other piece in here for now and see how that works. So this is another 6-footer. I'm going to try to put it on, and the same basically principle that you lift this up just enough that you can insert it, but not too much. You could actually put this to the side like that too, by the way. So try to line up the holes like that, and then you put it back there, and now this is secure. So if you could walk with me, I'm going to try to find, looks like the whole thing is bad. Okay, so we want to try to get this off. So the way to do the cut of any cut on tree is to make 3, and sometimes they say make 4 cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to cut like over here to get this off. So they say 4 cut because you're supposed to do an underneath cut, so it doesn't look underneath. But with these saws, a little difficult to do. I will try a little bit. So that's the 4 cut. Then I go in front of it, a little bit higher than that. I position the saw, and then keep on doing back and forth motion. Now make sure you're staying away from this branch that's going to come down. So take your time, don't put too much pressure. You basically want to get this on. Beware of the branch that's going to come down. Stop for a second, a few seconds. It's better to stop for a few seconds and make sure that you're not cutting something that will fall on your head. So I'm a little too close, but we're going to try to be careful. This is going to probably come toward me. And as you're cutting, it feels like you're not doing anything, but look for sawdust in the edge. And then, see, that came off. All right, now we're going to do, so that was supposed to be a 1 cut. We actually did 2. Now we are supposed to do 2 more. So 2 more is 1, you go underneath. So just a little bit ahead, like over here. I'm going to just pull it a little bit, back and forth. And it's really tough to do. So why are we doing 3 or 4 cuts? The reason we are doing that is because the branch might actually tear the skin off the tree. You want the tree, you're basically trying to trim the tree, not kill it. So what you need to do is to make sure that you are making a clean cut enough. This actually feels like a very difficult cut. And the saw being so big, I'm having a tough time putting it in there. So all you want to do is to do the minimum damage to tree, and also make sure that the tree gets healed, because the tree will try to heal the wound. And the trimming for trees are very necessary because the air travels better, they can produce more. So I can feel that little piece is going to come off soon. So see, we have a clean cut. I would have gone a little closer, but when you're doing this type of distance with this type of saw, getting closer and the angles really depends on how this works. Now this could be quite a bit of straining on you, either holding the saw, the weight of the saw, or trying to lifting it, putting it back on the tree, and all that. Things are kind of straining, so beware of it. Take your time, don't strain yourself. Take breaks as much as you want, and make sure you're drinking enough water when you're outside so that you're not dehydrated. And also watch for any traffic under the tree. No person should be around the tree when you're doing this. Only you, and then put yourself at a distance so it doesn't fall on you. I hope this was useful. I will make more videos. Please subscribe, and that's it.